Welcome to Verbal Pig Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. I'd like to welcome you all to the show. I'm your host, Cole Black. That's the essence of the universe before the Creator put the sun in the sky. But look, yesterday, which was September 24th, 2017, you had two major events that took place. The NFL took a stance against the President of the United States, who called those who didn't stand for the flag sons of bitches, which is one. And then two, you had a black male shoot up a church which seems to be a predominantly white church in Tennessee, Barnett Chapel Church. His name was Emmanuel Sampson. Now, let's get to the league. Or anybody else, because what they're saying is the message is kind of thrown off. It's messed up. They're basically saying that, look, if I own a team, that means I own you. So if I tell you to stand for something that you don't believe in, you have to stand. And why is that? Because if you kneel down, that shows that you are aware, and that shows intelligence. So that means that you are trying to be equal to your suppressor or oppressor, or in their mindset, your owner, your slave master. See, because in order for part of a system to work, there has to be a upper class, lower class. There has to be a pecking order of supremacy versus second class citizenship, or a second class mindset. You might can be a millionaire, but if you have a second class mindset or a slave mentality, then you won't reach your full potential as an individual or master yourself for who you are. You will always place a man above you. When there's no man that's above you, you can see each other eye to eye, but no man is up here and you're down there. So that's what that's about. And the funny thing about it is people are actually upset behind this national anthem, but the national anthem was a poem that was adopted to be the anthem for America, when I'm pretty sure there was some back in those days that told him, hey man, this is not a good idea to use this poem. Let's create one that's exclusive for everyone, that's had exclusivity for unity for all Americans. This one's not going to do, because hey, did you see this third verse? You know, no hirelings or slaves. You know, will seek the refuge from slavery. I'm paraphrasing that the only way, basically saying, is that the slaves would be free is through the grave, by dying. And some believe that and adopted that ideology in their hearts and in their works. They truly believe that. And so even though they didn't get rid of the third verse of the national anthem, they just didn't include that part in saying the national anthem. It's called one of those silent truths. So the players are reading it all over the world, and they're saying, you know, I don't have any problem with anyone, but I can't in good conscience stand for something that was created on the basis of wanting to have my ancestors and including myself as slaves. I mean, it's like I'll be giving allegiance to the right of slavery, which would be detrimental to my being and myself. But the narrative is that they're telling black male athletes that, so what if I tell you to stand? You don't have the right to have a good conscience because you're not seen upon as a whole human. We still see you as 3/5 of a human being. So you don't have the mindset or the capability to make up your own mind. We have to give you a narrative and then you have to follow it. And that's the problem, because that's untrue. A lot, first of all, to make it to the NFL, you have to have a certain level of intelligence. So you can't put the narrative that the men, especially the black men that's in the NFL, can't think for themselves. The dumb jock rule doesn't apply. And so when they say, well, look, man, I read this third verse, I read the national anthem, he didn't write it in the spirit of wanting to free all of America. It was written for just a portion of America, just like certain things are today, especially including the justice system, where certain rules apply for whites, that white privilege, and white people know what we're talking about because they expect it. See, white citizens in America expect white privilege. And when they you ought to see how they act when they don't get it, when they don't receive the white privilege. They go ape shit. They lose their mind. I mean, how dare you? What's your number? I'm writing my congressman. You lose. I pay your salary. I mean, they go off. Basically, what they're saying is, how dare you deny me my white privilege? You know, I'm supposed to be at the front of the line. Now, back to Emmanuel Sampson, who shot up Burnett Chapel Church in Tennessee. Killed one, I think, and wounded 7. Now, the deal with that is, and I said it a while back, it was reported, but not verified yet, the amount of money that Dylan Root raised when he went into a church in Carolina and shot up, killed 9, that he raised $4 million for his defense. Now, that hasn't been confirmed, but we do know that people have donated and supported Dylan Root. Some of these conservative organizations. And it was like, wow. I mean, in the midst of all the pain and agony and the countless that were killed, the 9, people still couldn't see them as human or equal. They was already raising money to defend Dylan Root as if he was a hero to their cause. And I said it back then. This was a bad deal. You're going to raise money for a killer who killed 9 in a black church? What type of message are you sending off? And why hasn't top official leaders, why haven't they came out and condemned those who gave money to his fund and did everything in their will possibly that they could do to show that America doesn't stand with such acts and mindsets such as Dylan Root, where he can go and pray with the pastor. sat there during the whole Bible study service and then commenced to killing and even prayed with them. Cold, calculated killing. And I was basically saying that if you all gonna show some type of, not sympathy, but some type of camaraderie between the races to where you go and tell any group, any organization that kills black people for fun, and you don't go after them hard and heavy, you're creating a situation. You had a white guy in Baton Rouge about 2 weeks ago who shot 2 black males randomly. Didn't even know them, but shot them just because they were black. Because the problem is black people, they're not on their guard yet. On their guards. They're not on their guards. Meaning that they're not on alert against white supremacy, because a lot of blacks in their hearts feel as though those who feel that way will change due to the theory that Martin Luther King shared. He stated that he was going to live the hate out of it. But what about when they realize that you can't love the hate out of them because you've been trying for years upon years upon years, and they still, for some reason, hate your guts? And I'm talking about the white supremacists. When that realization comes that no matter what I do, they're not going to like me anyway, then a new mindset starts to shape and form. And then that one starts to say, look, I'm not going to be your whipping boy. That's just not happening anymore. I'm not going to be your scapegoat, and I'm not going to be the butt of all your jokes, and I'm not going to, fall victim to the prey. Because the officials and the higher up officials, all the way up to the seat of the presidency, is not coming out strong enough to show a hand, an iron hand against racism and violence predicated upon hate. So Emmanuel Samson, some call God Emmanuel. In some languages, Sam means black. So that would read Jesus, the Son of the Black God. I'm just saying. So they said that he used to attend that church. He went in with a mask on, started firing, and now they're investigating it as a civil rights case. But so many just don't understand. And it's sad. But the fact is, it's like, put it like this. It's like living in the city where you constantly have hurricanes. and you're like, look, I'm fed up. It's time to move. I can't take another hurricane. I'm about to snap and lose my mind. But that's how racism is in America. Hispanics, blacks, Asians, minorities, and some whites are saying, I'm tired of this racism. It's beginning to be unbearable. Please, you all stop. That's where we're headed. So congratulations to all those who followed their hearts and took a knee. And it's not taking a knee against the flag at all. It's taking a knee against what the anthem stood for. It wasn't created to stand for freedom. The owner created it for the benefit of one race and the detriment of another race. And some wise Yahoo said, you know what? Let's just combine them all together. And then we'll take off the third verse and we'll just sing the first two. And everybody will get along and live happily ever after. See, if you wanted true inclusion, then you'd have had someone black at the time, and you all would have wrote it together. You know, it's like when you're having business deals in a sense, and your business partner goes off and start making decisions on your behalf without your knowledge, and it fails, and you find out, you'll be upset. That's the same thing with the national anthem. It was written, agreed upon, without any other race there to amen it or give it its yes or an approval. It wasn't there. And so you're saying, look, obviously it was written out of a racist mindset due to what was said in it. And what the players are saying, if you want to stand for it, that's fine, because white people, it did benefit you because you were fighting for your freedom. See, it's a two-part situation. Once they cheering the fact that they defended off the British, and two, they're proclaiming that we're going to keep our slaves because Britain had abolished its slave practices. But America was saying that we'll never let go of our slaves in that writing. The only way they would be free is after they died, they buried in the grave. But then one came with knowledge, stood behind the zeros, and now blacks are saying, wait a minute. This is saying that you all are free, but we should remain slaves. Nobody apologized, addressed it, and reworded it. We'll see. Verbal Prick Radio, we're out.